And thank you. Thank you so much. I am D Venom. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate your claps and applauses. Anyway, I am D Venom, and welcome to Raising Vibrations podcast. Please allow me to raise those vibrations. I hope all of my people are staying on the straight and narrow in regard to not doing anything to lower and or jeopardize one's vibrations. I myself have been a good boy / girl, and I haven't done any methamphetamine since August 25th of 2024. I'm doing quite well for myself in that department, and I'm very, very grateful. So my people of addiction, if I can win my battle thus far, you guys can too. And don't get me wrong, I am being tested by the universe, and so far I'm passing those tests, but I'm being very, very, how can I say it? I'm skating on a really thin line, so to speak, in regard to these tests. I'm going to tell you how I could have failed today's test had I not left, and if I would have just sat around. Anyway, I figured it out, you guys. I told y'all I was going to figure it out. I'm a motherfucking Scorpio. For one, I live a life of mystery. People think that they know me, but you really don't. With this particular situation, I was going to find out who that motherfucker was. And when I mentioned something about them being drug-induced, I was right. I know exactly who that person is. I'm not going to say we slept with each other or anything of that particular nature. I don't even think I slob knob. I just think that we smoked together and we got high together in the parking lot of the laundromat. This laundromat is ratchet. I'm telling you, things go down, okay? And I wouldn't believe if the owner of the laundromat is high themselves and are possibly selling out that motherfucker. Why do I continue to go? Because they treat me well. And what they go through and what they do has nothing to do with me. And I can't stop going to specific places on the account that certain activity goes on. I'm going to be tested everywhere that I go. Even some of these motherfucking high class places, you know, that I attend are probably going to have, they probably have more drugs and shit than what some of these lower class places that I attend. So I'm going to be tested no matter what. It's just a matter of how I deal with it. And I dealt with it well until the end. But instead of me asking the young man whom I said excuse me to in order to get to the machine that I wanted to utilize, who that person was, because remember I told y'all in the prior episode that the person that knew me also knew this person. Come to find out, this young man who I said excuse me to works at the laundromat. Anyway, I'm not going to tell y'all too much because some of y'all may know what laundromat I'm talking about here in Arizona. And, you know, I don't want to put their business out there, you know, like that. But I do believe that a lot goes on at this laundromat. There's been times that baby, there's been times when I've gone to this laundromat and seen workers nearly falling over on fucking fentanyl. And, I mean, just straight nodding off when they're supposed to be handling machines and shit. And there's been times when I've been high and I smoked on the outside of the laundromat, and I wouldn't be surprised if people smoke in the inside of the bathrooms or whatever the case may be, or if they smoke in the back or do whatever in the back. Anyway, this person, they're melanin, and I met them. It was one evening when I went to the laundromat to go do laundry. That's what the fuck we go there for, and possibly other things. Anyway, I remember what they were wearing. I remember all of that, and we sparked up a conversation with each other. And I was trying to work them, considering I was high. They knew that they were being worked. I honestly don't think that it went anywhere in regard to the whole sexual aspect, but we did have a drug-induced session that was platonic. Anyway, they left the laundromat on intimate debate. Well, they were back and forth in the laundromat. You know, the person that said that they know me. And, I mean, just their behavior, the things that they were doing, it's like they were running drug runs and whatever. And when they came back to the laundromat and they started talking to the guy that I said, excuse me, to get to the washing machine that I wanted to utilize, that person and the person that said they knew me went to the back of the laundromat and stayed back there for a little bit. And then the person that said they knew me came back out, and they was as if they was watching cover for the dude that I said excuse me to in order to get to the washing machine that I wanted to utilize, because that motherfucker was back there in the back for a minute, and the phone was ringing and shit, and you know they didn't answer it. And the phone rung again, and finally, you know, somebody answered the motherfucker. But anyway, when that guy finally came back from the back, you know, I mean, I seen it, you know, I seen and heard a couple of sniffles and shit like that, you know, whatever the case may be. And I was watching them, you know, because I wanted to see their demeanor, but they seemed like they held themselves up pretty well. So obviously they function quite well under the influence, kind of like me in a way when I was under the influence. Anyway, there's a young lady that works at this particular laundromat, and I kind of suspected that they were either on drugs or still are. Come to find out they are, because the person that said that they knew me, I seen them in the laundromat once again, you know, during their moments of going in and out the laundromat, you know, doing whatever. Anyway, they were back in the laundromat, and it wasn't too many people around, and it wasn't too many people around, and I motioned them to come over to where I was. So I was like, see, this is where I kind of fucked up at, because had I just ignored them, and just not even said anything about, you know, where the meth at, because I already knew my intuition. I'm a Scorpio. I have a strong motherfucking intuition that's not going to lie. So therefore, it was already telling me that you know what time it is. So there's no need for you to be asking for no methamphetamine and blah, blah, blah. But I said, where's, where the G at, blah, blah, blah. And so they were like, oh, well, hold on real quick. Let me, check and see, blah, blah, blah. So that's when they went to go ask the other person that I said, excuse me, to get to the washing machine that I wanted to, use. they asked them some questions. And so that's what let me know that this person is also in the Matrix. So then, dude came back over to me and was just like, this one lady that works at the laundromat, basically has a whole ounce of the bullshit, in regard to meth, but they had already left. I had a conversation with this lady, cause I talk to her all the time. But this is prior to me knowing that they had an ounce of motherfucking methamphetamine. Anyway, was I going to ask for some? No. I mean, but I was testing the waters, and this is something that I need to stop doing, because what if the universe and source don't intercept and they leave me to deal with that situation on my own? I probably would give in, because I'm still weak. I'm only a couple of weeks, maybe close to a month being sober off of methamphetamine. So I still have a long way to go in order to get this shit out of my system completely. But, that person that claimed they knew me told all that woman's business that I had a conversation with, and usually have a conversation with when I go to the laundromat, and said that such and such got a whole motherfucking house, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. And they were saying something else, but I really couldn't hear them because of the washing machines and stuff like that. But anyway, long story short, they asked me, was I done doing my laundry, which I was. I was in the process of folding and getting ready to leave. And they were saying something about a ride, or I don't know what the fuck they were saying. But anyway, I got in my car and, they helped me with my laundry basket and stuff like that, and we had a conversation, and they were like, well, hold on real quick. Let me put something away and I'll be back. And I sat in the car, and this is when I was addressing my episode to upload for you guys, stating that I had this experience in the laundromat. When the very first experience that I had with this person, when they said that they knew me, that's when I did the episode, and I went back in, checked my clothes, and then came back out, and I addressed it to upload. And anyway, I was sitting in the parking lot addressing it for upload, and I had already uploaded it, if I'm not mistaken, but I wanted to do some additional stuff. Either way it goes, I was getting ready to upload it again, and there's another female that works at the laundromat. I think they still work there. This is the same particular one that I said was nodding off one day when they were supposed to have been doing their job, but they were so fucked up on that damn fentanyl they couldn't do shit. But anyway, that person came to the laundromat, and before I knew it, I seen the dude that said he knew me and that young lady that was nodding off that day walking from the back area. So obviously they came from the back area of the laundromat where, the boss, where the boss comes in and out at. So they came from that door instead of coming through the customer's door. And, dude looked my way and kept walking. Now, my thing is, you could have came over and said something like, hey, I'm going to go to the store with her real quick, blah, 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 be back. Just anything, just to plain ignore me. Because this bitch done came along, that pissed me off. And I remember times when I was in the Matrix, I would sit and wait and wait and wait on motherfuckers for nearly hours, for some shit. And I'm sitting here thinking like, my time is of value, and to ignore me, no one is going to ignore D-Venom like that any motherfucking more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, let me put my shit in reverse and go on about my motherfucking business. And then at this particular time, I received a beautiful blessing. I was checking my YouTube videos, and maybe that's what I was uploading, a YouTube video. I don't know. Anyway, I was checking my YouTube platform, and I seen that someone gave me a lovely comment 14:55 is the time of the episodes that of this recording. I just checked it. Anyway, I did a ASMR video eating elotes. If you're not familiar with elotes, it is the Mexican street corn. It's so good. It's so good, it will make you stick a kernel up your mama's ass and then turn around and beat her motherfucking ass because it's that good. Anyway, sorry, mothers. Anyway, sorry, you guys, I'm swallowing. This person left me a comment, and I can't think of exactly what they said, paraphrasing. They said, "This is really, really good. I really enjoyed watching this video. I love the sounds of the, they love the crunches of the sound of the corn, or what, y'all know what I'm saying, when I chew the corn or whatever. They like that sound, and they want me to do another video eating corn." And I'm down for that. As soon as I get my first paycheck or get my food stamps, whichever one comes first, bitch, I will be going to buy some more corn, and I'm going to make this a special ASMR video for that particular person who commented. And I also shot them out in a short on YouTube and thanked them and told them exactly what I'm going to do once I, get my first paycheck from work, or like I said, get my motherfucking stamps. I'm going to buy a bunch of corn, and I'm going to have a nice little corn fest for this particular person who just made that comment. It's people like them. It's people like you, even though none of you motherfuckers never commented on any of my damn episodes. Y'all keep downloading my shit, but y'all don't want to leave no comments. I was about to say something, but anyway. It's people like you guys that keep me going. I'm not just doing my platforms for the sake of doing my platforms. I'm doing these particular platforms because I have been chosen to raise the vibrations of our universe in any particular way possible. So I'm using my life to do that. I'm putting very sometimes shameful, sometimes hurtful, sometimes I'm just putting a lot of information out there. It's a lot of things y'all will know about me and a lot of things you won't know about me. But, I'm just putting a lot of stuff out there for you guys, being as open as I possibly can, being as transparent as I possibly can, letting you guys know that I am one of you. One of them things called, what is it called? A human being? Is that what it's called? I'm one of them things to a degree. I'm my own motherfucking human being. How about that? My own special creation. Have y'all ever seen Paris is Burning? Oh my God, that is a good documentary. I remember when I was growing up back in my days, and I don't even think RuPaul was out at this particular time, but me and my then best friend and a couple of other gays, we were trying to figure ourselves out, and we didn't have any icons, or, not that we're supposed to look up the icons anyway, but we're supposed to look up to source. But we didn't have anyone to look up to in regard to being gay, and we didn't have no identity. We just didn't have that identifiers, none of that type of shit. There was Michael Jackson, maybe George Michael, we had them individuals that had little makeup on their faces and stuff. And, there was artists that, Tevin Campbell, her little faggot ass. There's a lot of, there's some gays, out there in the music industry and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about, I don't even think they was even out during Paris is Burning. But, because Paris is Burning came out in the 80s, like that was like New York, underground type. Oh my God, Paris is Burning. If y'all never seen it, look it up. Paris is Burning documentary. There's Pepper La Beija, Pepper La Beija, Pepper La Beija, Pepper La Beija, Pepper La Beija. Yes, honey, I love Pepper La Beija. What does she say? I am the mother. I am the fiercest mother of them all. And we go to balls and blah, 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 blah. And then there's this one part where Roy Rogers, I've never been to Roy Rogers, but I guess there's a restaurant in New York somewhere and they sell burgers and shit. Anyway, this queen and her friend must have went to Roy Rogers and had a cheeseburger. The queen, the way that she said cheese on the meat, baby, I was done. All a person has to do is just say something. And like my ex-friend, that say gay. And I'm just like, what the fuck is that? I'm just like, do you mean gay? But you get a couple of blunts going and a nice drink and you hear this bitch say gay. I mean, you would just literally die out laughing. I'm just like, oh my. But anyway, this bitch said, see, they put cheese on the meat. And the way that this bitch said meat, I was too through. I was done. Okay. I was cooked, burnt on the edges, nice and juicy in the middle. I was just done. I was done. I was glazed. I was sliced. I was done. They put cheese on the meat. Yeah, anyway, I just had to, I can just go on and on with you guys all night in regard to telling stories and shit like that. Obviously, you guys must enjoy it because I check on my user retention. I think that's what it's called. And I've been holding you guys 100%. So you guys been listening to me from beginning. Oh, I will not apologize. That is a part of me. That's the part. We belch. We belch for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why apologize for it unless you in some type of fancy atmosphere or something like that where, child, I'm at home by my motherfucking self, live by myself. I do what the fuck I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, where I want to do it, and, let that be the reason. No children. I can, do what the fuck I want to do. And I do me. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this particular episode, but, I figured it out and I was going to, and will I continue going to that laundromat? I am, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not going to allow those tests to get me like it did today. I almost passed it. If I would have just ignored and just left it alone, I would have passed the test because I already knew that. But I already suspected that the laundromat is ratchet, and now that they pretty much told all the information, I know for sure that it is ratchet. And that's okay. I get a lot of entertainment when I go to this laundromat, baby. So I'm going to continue to go until otherwise. But anyway, you guys, I am D-Venom. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I really hate to leave you guys. I really do. I know. But I will be back. I'll be back. Trust me. All right, you guys. I'm D-Venom. And once again, I'm out.